Mr. Allen.
Present.
Mr. Berngard. Here. Ms. Calhoun. Ms. Edwards. Mr. McDonald.
Here.
Peters.
Here.
Mr. Furman.
Here.
Thomas.
Here.
Mrs. Stemler.
Here.
7 members present, 2 absent.
Dr. Battaglia?
I'd like to recognize TJ Bainey and Faith Wrench to come forward. They're going to lead the pledge tonight.
That's your buddy.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These minutes and stuff, you just need a motion in a second. Is it all right? Okay, moving on to approvals. I need a motion and a second to approve the minutes
Motion.
from October 27th.
I'll second.
Okay, any questions or concerns? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carried, approved. Pardon me? I think he turned it on. Okay, next will be the treasurer's report. I have a motion and a second to approve the treasurer's report.
Motion. Second.
Any questions?
I'd just like to make a statement, Mr. Berngard. There's some items on both the investment report and the quarterly board summary that I will address during the budget impasse conversation later on. But I did want to give you a brief synopsis of the quarterly statement. Salaries and benefits are comparable to prior years as a percentage of the budget. We're about 18%, which is right about where we should be. Also, expenses are in line where they've been in the past too. They are about 18% of the budget. Regarding revenue, I will say that revenues are down at this point in time, and that's primarily due to the budget impasse. Real estate taxes currently are sitting at about 85% of budget, so that's right about where we are, considering September 30th is the end of the face period. Right now, anything else I'll discuss later during our presentation.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Question on it? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Approval of bills. Motion and a second for the approval of the bills.
Motion.
Second. Any questions? Concerns about it?
Bills, the bills are high, it's 6.6 million, but you have to take out the bond funds, the 2025 payments of just shy of $3 million. When you look at that, the bills are slightly high at $3.7 million. When I looked at the bills, our PSER's quarterly employer piece was paid out this quarter. That's was just shy of $688,000. Again, due to the budget impasse, we did not have to make the full payment. We still owe just over $1 million of that. The state did not require us to make that this quarter, so once the budget is passed, we will have to make that payment.
So what payment didn't you make?
We only made portion of our employer,
The purser's thing.
Peaser's payment.
So,
That was given out to all school districts
Oh,
in the,
okay.
so that's not included on here then?
no, the $1 million amount is not
Okay,
on here.
okay, thank you.
Yep.
I have a question, Mr. Enders. The scholarship fund payments, is that something you do quarterly or
No, that was
why does it come up now?
that was one of the student, moved, changed, universities. So we got the check returned to us and sent it to the proper university.
Okay. Find something down here. All right, I guess we had a motion, a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carried. Presentation, communications.
There is nothing tonight under communications.
Okay, President's report. I need to report that we had an executive session before this meeting to discuss legal matters and personnel. And also under finance, before courtesy of the floor, under I, finance, we're going to remove letter B. So finance will include just A and C. D is removed. Okay, board representative committee reports. Anything over there, Mary?
Not tonight, basically, the policy that we were working on has been updated, now we have to get confirmation from the whole team before we can present it.
Okay, I have a report under buildings and grounds. I guess the middle school, I still think the unit ventilator on the roof above the library is not here.
Coming Saturday.
Coming Saturday, yeah, 'cause I think they have to the end of October to install it. Okay, Salisbury, got some good news up there, great news as far as I'm concerned. Mr. Wall dug a test hole. If you know anything about test holes, you need at least 10 inches of topsoil for a septic system to be approved of some certain type, doesn't necessarily mean a sand mound. It was passed. I think he's had 12 inches of good topsoil. And I think they also dug a secondary test hole. Nowadays, in Lycoming County, you need a backup system down the road in case the first one initially fails. So I think they're in the process now. The perk holes were dug. And I think the SEO has to come back, I believe, this coming week or this week right now. He's going to come back and test the test holes, and that will determine what type of septic system is going to be made available. So we will have we'll have an approved septic system for that lot, which to me makes it a lot more valuable piece of property for the school district. Any questions on that? Okay, student representative report.
I have no report.
No report. Okay, thank you. Superintendent's report.
The first thing under the superintendent's report is a presentation by people from the YMCA. I'd like to introduce Christine Kinney and Alyssa Meyer from the YMCA to share program highlights from their after-school program.
I just want to start off by introducing, I am Alyssa Meyer. I am the child care director for the Jersey Shore Y. I recently took over in March, and we kind of did a whole revamp of our child care programs, especially looking into the closure of Salisbury. We realized that there was a need for after-school care at Avis. So we currently hold after-school care at Avis Elementary as well as Jersey Shore Elementary. And then at the Y, we actually host what is called our Brick House program, and that is a free after-school program for children in middle school and high school. So it's kind of like a safe space for them to go after school so they're not just roaming around town. We have been partnering with you guys for over 20 years. So I would really love to keep that going. Never had a problem getting into schools or getting the help that we need from principals or teachers. A lot of the teachers have been very friendly in helping us with children's homeworks, like our AR reading goals. The teachers have come down and explained to us like what all the stuff on the iPad means and how to know if the children are meeting their goals. We have served like 140 kids this past year. We are hearing nothing but good things about being inside of your schools. I just wanted to come on and thank everybody for your continued partnership with us for so long, and I hope it all continues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, under the superintendent's report is a discussion about the state budget from Mr. Enders and Dr. Almer.
Dr. Almer, you want to start?
Yeah, I just wanted to update the board that I know I had brought up the state budget at the last meeting. I just want to reiterate that our conversations as we talk about budget tonight are due to the fact that the state has not passed a budget and we don't have those state revenues. There's no need to think that our budget is out of whack. We did budget based on what we were told the state budget was going to be. It just has not been approved and the money hasn't flowed. Understand that we are not in a bad financial position. We do have fund balance and we're using that fund balance eventually as we get to the point where we need additional funds for our regular bills. But as I explained at the last meeting, we are controlling costs to make sure that the money we do have in reserve gets as far as we can. Mr. Enders is going to talk about the specifics of where our budget stands, but just know that the biggest issue is that 4 months ago, the state was supposed to pass a budget and they haven't done that yet. So we are using our own fund balance and controlling our own costs to close that revenue gap in what our budget reflected. Thank you.
So some of the particulars, Dr. Ulmer alluded to some of the I'll say cash saving measures that we're discussing and not cost saving measures. But I can tell you right now, we've lost money as we sit here today. We've alluded to you multiple times how we have stopped investing our money. I looked back last year at September 30th, we had $6.4 million invested. This evening, your investment report's at $4.4 million. We did 3 investments in September of 24 alone. And I probably would have done something very similar this year. Reason being, as I already told you about our real estate taxes, we get that cash, a lot of that cash up front. We don't need it until the springtime, so we can grab a short-term investment and get an interest rate on that. So that is how it has cost you money so far in this first quarter. At this point in time, we have revenue is down. Last year, we had received $4.5 million of revenue from the Commonwealth. We have not received, we basically have received $1 million. The only thing they've paid us, the only thing they're going to pay us is our homestead farmstead allocation, just shy of $1 million. Currently, the state owes us $1.3 million, and that's from 24-25 money. That's not even the 25-26 allocation. So that's kind of things that's directly impacting us today. We will be recommending to you at the next meeting to authorize us to work with PFM to explore options for a tax and revenue anticipation note, a TRAN. This will not cost you anything. It won't cost us anything to even enter the paperwork. You will approve the paperwork once we would have the paperwork put together at a future board meeting. It will not cost us a penny until we would actually need or draw on the money, on the loan. It's essentially, in layman's terms, a line of credit. It's can't emphasize enough that it will not cost the district until we would draw on it, and that would be the very last resort to draw on it.
Is there an interest rate on that?
That's all going to be part of the gathering process. So when you would approve it, that's when you would know that.
Would you more or less put it out like you would a bond or something like that?
Yes, that's essentially what you're approving in November would be us to start the process of drawing up the paperwork and gathering it. I will pause and open it up for any type of questions.
The revenue besides the state, is the other revenues up to par from what they have been?
Our local revenue is holding steady. I had a conversation, which earned income tax collectors January of '25. So I had a conversation with them that it's lagging slightly, but there also a change in timing. We get large payments at the quarter end, so we get large payments in October, January, April. So they're insuring me it's right now. It's just a timing situation.
Okay.
But real estate tax collection that is on par where it's been in the past. Your back to the investment conversation, your interest revenue is not where it should be.
That's obvious, right?
Yeah.
$1 million short. Not of interest, but of investment to gain the interest.
Do you have an estimate of how much that would have been? I shouldn't say it might be, because
I mean, I can guarantee we would have gotten 4% on it. On whatever we would have invested, at minimum, we would have gotten 4%.
Because last time people came away thinking like we didn't have any money left.
No. That's why I said we are using cash saving strategies. I'm gonna transition into the budget calendar that's at your seat. The budget calendar process mirrors what we did last year. It is color coded. The code is on the back. If you pass the resolution, we'll probably put we'll do the resolution in January. If you pass that, everything in red will not apply. Mr. Berngard, before you ask me, I will tell
was just
you
thinking about
that
it.
our index is 4.8% this year.
You can't give us whether we're up or down, I guess, can you? I mean, everything should be basically, all the salaries and everything's in place. You have
You
a
mean
pretty good idea budget-wise?
I'm working on that as we speak, and it will be pulled together here the end of November, early part of December. I'll be pulling that together.
That'd be great. Give us something to work on, a little bit of time.
The one last thing,
Ben, on that same issue, so the 4.8 is our index,
Is your
not, what's the
index.
state index?
I believe it was 3.5.
Okay.
The budget impasse is impacting the budget calendar for 26-27. Dr. Ulmer and I discussed this morning. We do believe there will be legislation in the budget when it passes that essentially null and void your budget calendar for 26-27. What that means is the Ready to Learn block grant, the tax equity money, and the other piece of it, which we do get a piece of that. If you receive any of that, which is every district in the Commonwealth, you will not be able to go out for exceptions or referendum. But we have no plans on doing that anyways, but I did want to let you know, we believe legislation will be passed to eliminate that option. This is the timeline that was released by PDE in early October.
So at this point for us, we're on schedule or we're not on schedule now?
We're on schedule, but
Okay.
I believe it's going to
It's
change.
as you get later that things are,
I
get out of
believe
line, okay.
when the budget passes, I think everything in red you will not even be permitted to do. I don't think it will impact us at all because of what we traditionally do, but I did want to point out, at this point in time, we don't know what timeline looks like.
Mr. Enders, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So hypothetically, if we have to use that line of credit in the future, what would you say, in what month would you begin to need to draw from that? How many months do we have in order to keep all things operational until you would need to draw from that line of credit? do you have any idea?
Yes, we're looking at that monthly, we're reviewing it every month, updating it every month. Right now, I feel comfortable saying that we will make it through February. March, it starts to get a little dicey.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
Anything from the legislative at this point?
I've heard nothing. I believe the Senate passed a budget. And I don't know if the House passed a budget or not. I do know the Senate passed a $49.7 million billion budget.
The House did pass a budget, but they don't match. So until they match, the governor cannot sign a budget.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, I'll move on to courtesy of the floor for agenda items. I have one person, Matthew Beeler, I believe. Could I ask what item you want to discuss? It has to be something on the agenda. If not, there's courtesy of the floor at the end.
It's kind of a courtesy of the floor thing. I have a couple of questions for the board about enrollment and what kind of paperwork.
That's not part of the agenda, so you can do that at the second courtesy of the floor, if you don't mind.
Those types of questions, just what you're saying, would normally be directed to the, not appropriate here. We don't answer questions here. We just take public comment on any matters that are ongoing within the, okay?
So we'll wait to the second courtesy of the floor. If you have something to say, then we greatly appreciate it. Okay, unfinished business, there's nothing there. Personnel. I need a motion and a second to approve personnel items.
I'll give a motion.
Second.
Okay, any questions, concerns about those? Bill? All right, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Curriculum and instruction, I see nothing there. Building and grounds, nothing under that. Okay, finance. Again, remember, we're going to be voting on A and C. Item B was removed. So I'd have a motion and a second to approve A and C under finance.
Motion. Second.
Okay. Any questions on A or C?
A little explanation on A. I understand I don't remember doing this. Have we done it in the past? It's just,
We've done it, we did it last year. I
Okay.
won't say we've done it every year. I started putting cash withdrawals on the board agendas for actions because I have no signatures. I need the 3 officer signatures to withdraw the cash out of it, so I thought instead of putting them in a position where the full board hasn't approved it, we would put it on for approval and they can sign.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, all those in favor of approving finance, A and C, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, moving on to miscellaneous. Miscellaneous, I think we have A, B, and C. I have a motion and a second to approve.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any questions on it? Okay, no questions. All those in favor of approving miscellaneous items, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, courtesy of the floor, where you want to discuss anything. Matthew, would you like to discuss something at this time? Courtesy of the floor, or you just want to take it up with administration later on, or? Okay, thank you. Okay, nothing else on the agenda, so meeting adjourned. Thank you.